080-5919-8658. 0x58.
The staff are professional and both men and women go there. Now the thing is, for understand lesson, you will thank me later because everyone deserves the gentle touch.
Gentle Touch Spa and Salon, luxury for everybody.
Past the hour of 9 on the AM side, and this is Eagles Outlook. Yes, we talk about politics, we talk current affairs, we talk about these things because they are the ultimate in defining how our lives will be lived, how our lives will be apportioned, the goodness of what any type of political or any type of government or governance that we deserve, whether it's democracy, authoritarianism, whatever it is. But well, good thing we are in a democratic government, and so we will talk about these things. My name is Uduak Daniel, and yes, it's a Thursday, the 22nd day in the month of January of 2026. What are we looking into this morning? Nigeria's insurgency crisis. We will be seeking to uncover the truth behind Boko Haram's underground network. So the Nigerian military very recently breakthrough in uncovering an underground storage facility and fuel dump that is used by Boko Haram in Borno State, and it has brought some hope to the fight against insurgency. However, this success is overshadowed by growing concerns over the government's handling of security issues, particularly the controversy surrounding the abduction of 177 worshippers in Kaduna State. So the Nigerian police force initially denied the abduction. This already sparked an outrage. Remember, I made that conversation here when we first saw it on the front page of the Nigerian newspapers, where one newspaper was reporting the abduction, another newspaper saw where the Nigerian police came out with the chiefs in Kaduna State, saying, oh, it didn't happen. Nothing like that happened. This is just to destroy the government and all of that. Now, we keep talking about disinformation. We keep talking about misinformation. Now, where would this one really fit in? All right, so follow me now. So the Nigerian police force already initially denied the abduction. That sparked outrage. It sparked accusations of cover-up from Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. So the police later admitted that the abduction did occur, further eroding the trust in the security agency. So they called it an error in information. Recall that Boko Haram has been a major security threat in Nigeria since 2009. I mean, with a group carrying out attacks on civilians, government officials, whoever you are, even security forces, they were not left out. As even recently, we saw suicide bombing that has killed vibrant soldiers, killed a major and a lieutenant. The group's insurgency has also led to the displacement of millions of people and caused widespread destruction. I mean, let's take a look into Katsina State, for example. Katsina State government's plan to release 70 bandits is also causing an outrage already. Critics are arguing it is a reckless move, that it undermines the justice. Also, some persons who also believe that, hey, if we can release 70 notorious bandits or terrorists and gain the freedom of 1,000 civilians, that's trade by barter. That's a barter system that will really work. At least we've been able to save lives of 1,000 compared to 70 notorious terrorists. Does it make sense? Does it not? Well, the lack of transparency and accountability within the security architecture, it has led to a growing suspicions among Nigerians that some leaders, particularly in the northern states, are complicit in aiding and abetting terrorists. Believe it or not, the controversy surrounding the Kajuri abduction has fueled these concerns. Many are questioning the motive behind the police's initial denial. So the Nigeria's military success against Boko Haram is a welcome development. I mean, we uncovered their underground settlements. But it's also raising questions about the government strategy in addressing the insurgency. Permit me to take you back in time. Recall that in 2015 too as well, the Nigerian government launched a military operation, Operation Lafia Dole. Do you remember? It was to counter Boko Haram's insurgency. While that operation, actually made significant gains, it was also criticized for its heavy-handed approach. And that led to civilian casualties. I said they are earmarking over 500 million pounds for IDPs, to tackle IDP. And Nigeria is also mentioned. We are looking at it, we are eyeing it, we are eyeing the money. Please go to the state of the IDPs right now and see for yourself what's going on there. Aren't we supposed to work towards ensuring that these people from the IDPs that have been displaced are back to their communities? And how do we ensure that? By fighting and destroying terrorist camps and terrorism. But rather, we are eyeing monies to foster the lives of IDPs, maybe build more IDPs. But you tell me, why are we eyeing it? The current operation is part of a broader effort to address some of these security challenges facing Nigeria. But however, the government's approach has been criticized for being reactive rather than proactive. Now, let me give you a personal story. A local resident of Borno State, who wished to remain anonymous, shared his experience with Boko Haram's insurgency. Now, here's what he said. We were forced to flee our homes and live in internally displaced persons camps, IDPs. The insurgents will come to our villages, kill our loved ones, destroy our property. And he says it's heartbreaking to see our community suffer like this. A community that has always been about making ends meet, working within our reach. Right now we are scampering, literally begging for food, for clothes, for shelter, begging for our lives. If you also recall that recently one of the local governments, or a local government in Katsina State, had earmarked 300 million naira for banditry. 300 million. I don't know if this pains you, if this affects you, or if this also makes some sense. Maybe. I mean, life is precious. So if they earmark 300 million naira, local government money for bandits, well, maybe they're only trying to protect lives because the government has failed in protecting the lives. I mean, if not, help me understand how Lakurawa came into existence. Help me understand how these other guys, terrorist groups, are coming into existence. Community had reached out to them, some of them, say, come and protect us against Boko Haram. Oh, good Lord. Well, that's the conversation, though. Now, we'll just connect with our guest now. Here's the person of Comrade Saliu Mahmood Dantata. He's a security expert, and he's been on in this for decades. Good morning to you, Comrade Mahmood Dantata.
Good morning, erudite anchor person Uduak.
Appreciate this one from you, though. Right, Comrade, let's delve into the matter. I mean, some of the issues that have been put in view right now is making Nigerians begin to say, even this morning, a Nigerian, a family member had said, that look, the government's sand is in this thing. Are you debunking? Are you not debunking? From where you stand as a security expert, in your objective view, what do you think? Just before we get into the successes and the discovering or uncovering of Boko Haram underground tunnels.
Thank you very much, Uduak, for this very analytical opponents. before I go there, I want to say our various security agencies carrying out the onslaughts from Operation Fansayama to Hadenkai and Seva have been doing there a lot. And like we always say, insecurity is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. And no member of security agency is an angel, because it is all inclusiveness and collaborative effort, even in countries like America, UK, and Russia, where you have the highest weapons and sophistication and to an extension modern warfare technology. Sometimes terrorists even play over their intelligence. Therefore, getting to discover that Boko Haram have underground armory is not a new thing, because even if sophisticated countries, eagle eye and intelligence network will sometimes be broken, what more of a third world armed forces and security agencies like Nigeria. Before I go to there, I want to bring to bear one issue that happened in Wawa, that is under Borgu local government area of Niger State.
Right.
That was on Friday, where someone in person of Prince Aliru Mahmoud, governorship aspirant of APC in Kwara State, was driving his Omar Jeep, and an intelligence officer of the 221 battalion mistaken it to be for that of the arrested Mahmouda terrorist leader, Abba, and took that very important personality into custody and detained him at the 221 battalion cantonment in Wawa there in Kanji, that is Borgu local government area of Niger State, until an eagle-eye youth who knows the political figure alerted the commanding officer, and the commanding officer used his discretion to immediately release Prince Ali Rudans Oho Mahmoud. And said there are other innocent people in that. So what I'm trying to say is that the army chief and the defense authorities should train their intelligence officers so that they will not be taking innocent people into custody. Were it not to be for that innocent youth now, that innocent Prince Aliru, the governorship aspirant, maybe he would have been wasted than others, even though I know they don't do extrajudicial killing. So I brought this to know because we are discussing security.
Exactly.
But the action of the commanding officer of 221 battalion is very, very commendable, even though they say he has been transferred, is now outgoing. But I think intelligence network should also get it right, where innocent people will not be taken to custody, and the chief of army staff should please look into the cases of some of the people detained in connection with banditry in that 221 facility, because not all that are culpable in it. That is for that. Then coming to what we are saying, it comes down to also when you don't prioritize intelligence gathering. We have intelligence networks in the army, navy, air force, police, DSS, and what else. There are certain areas they don't cover sometimes. Like I always emphasize, it doesn't stop intelligence agents to be in disguise and to be posted to certain areas, especially already you have the coordinate of these areas where these non-state actors like Boko Haram and ISWAP carry out and perpetrate their acts in the northeastern part of Nigeria. It doesn't stop you, even if it is half of the local government in Borno. Our federal government has the money with the huge budgetary allocation that goes to the armed forces, police, DSS, and others to say that on the ground, armory or weapon dropping, whatever exists for Boko Haram is again a slap, even though I brought defense in my opening. I think what needed to be done now is for entire armed forces and police intelligence coordination centers to also open offices across certain places where these onslaughts are happening. Right. I can tell you there are, look at like the success recorded along Timbuktu Triangle, where the Operation Adinkai under General Abdulsalam Abubakar recorded success by neutralizing a lot of Boko Haram insurgents. That is not being celebrated so much, and we must celebrate it. That also was possible because of intelligence gathering. You see, they are also facing shortage of manpower. Some of the weapons and what have you that Muhammad Buhari administration and this administration bought, the Tucanos are not put into use. Some of the glasses they are supposed to use for long range seeing and what have you, the drones, where are they? So this is what should come to be at the Senate Committee on Defense, subcommittees on Army, subcommittees on Navy, Air Force, the Security and National Intelligence, Police, DSS, and others, as well as those of the House this is the time for them to go for oversight. It doesn't take them anything to even go to the war front where they are carrying out onslaught against these insurgents. Some of these boys, officers and men in the armed forces, DSS, police, and others carrying out this onslaught, they are not also finding it easy. We can recall in 2021, Brigadier General Adeni, when he raised issues that their armor personnel carriers and other things they have in there are obsolete. They needed reinforcement, and this. At the end of the day, the man was retired. Uduak, are you with me?
I am with you.
So
And
sometimes no smoke without fire. In the all of the northeast there, we have naval base in Baga. But even with giving them gunboats during Ogala, CNS, and what have you, how many of them are really combing the water? Betokun as IG has posted marine police there, because sometimes some of these insurgents in northeast like Boko Haram have also used the waterways to get catchment of these arms to the areas there. And you know our borders are so porous, they are not, even the Nigerian immigration that has a purview of securing our borders, customs, even though we have army, police and other institutions at the borders too. Are they adequately equipped? No. So the issues are, we need to carry out an overhaul. The two chambers of National Assembly need to go on oversight. There is nothing too big on national security, because when there is no security today, they cannot go to other chambers.
I'm glad.
Either red chamber or green chamber.
Yeah, I'm
to
glad.
have deliberation.
I'm glad you're saying that the two chambers have got to go on oversight. But
They need to do that with the huge allowances they get.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So with your huge
They need to
allowances,
do it.
they are not
And
doing it.
And the supervision and the higher echelons of the armed forces, NSA office and what have you is also lacking. When did the National Security Advisor visit Baga, Mekele, Mapa, or even other areas in Borno State? The National Security Advisor, I'm asking, a retired AIG, who was an intelligence officer in Pantri Anagbo. I know him very well as a superintendent of police under Farida Waziri. I know New Ribado when he was superintendent of police. That is Eagle in Lagos. He was in first year the Anagbo there under Farida Waziri. Are you with me?
Great.
He has the experience. Today he's National Security Advisor. He can go there oversight. You mustn't tell them you are coming. He should carry the Chief of Defense Staff, Minister of Defense, Chiefs of Army, Naval, Air Force, DSS, DG, IG, including Controller General of Security and Immigration Service, Customs, Commandant General of Security and Civil Defense. They should all go oversight and supervision. It is not when you stay and tell Mr. President all correct. No. Must Mr. President be given all the order every time? Why are they paid with taxpayers' money? Of recent, the governor of Niger State, His Excellency Ahmadu Bago, had to say there should be bombing of Kaswan Daji, where they went and massacred about 42 people. According to the chairman of Borgu local government area of Niger State, Honorable Abdullah Nasir Mohammed, they started resettling for that bombing to happen, because from all look of things, most of them, when they are fleeing for Rakebi, Sokoto, they found solace in those kind of abandoned wildlife forests of Wawa, Agwara, Babana, to an extension, Kemanji in Kayama local government area of Kwayase, Kayama and Baruten, Okuta, under Baruten local government area. So with that bombing and clearance, even though we said they should do it with discretion, since they are going to research to it, will go a long way. Honorable Chairman of Borgu local government area of Niger State, Honorable Nasir Mohammed, has confirmed that this is commendable. That analysts have emphasized that earlier, but it is only His Excellency Ahmadu Bago, as a caring and humanitarian governor, that is seen to that it should be bombed, so that they will, those grouping they come and do in those bushes and forests will not be there.
Comrade, it takes us back to the same thing. Aren't we just, isn't the government playing hide and seek with this matter of terrorism? Isn't the government playing complicit in this terrorist conversation? You know why I'm saying this? Why I'm saying this is, when you look at the antecedents of Niger State Governor, you look at the antecedents of Katsina State Governor, you look at the antecedents of Kaduna State Governor in handling some of the terrorist, issue or terrorism-related issues that we see, it does seem as though it's clearly spelled out, for want of the word to really say it, but we will say it, that they are complicit. They are complicit.
Well,
because look at
well,
this. You didn't address. You didn't address.
I will not agree that government is playing hide and seek.
You didn't address my question. You didn't address my question head on.
Government at all levels is not playing hide and seek.
What are they playing? What are they playing? What are they playing?
They are not playing hide and seek, because if they are playing hide and seek, are you getting me?
Yes.
Periodically, they wouldn't change the service chiefs. Periodically, they wouldn't expand certain resources. Are you getting me?
Right.
Then they wouldn't come on the open. The issues are, some of the communities are also culpable. There are many communities in the northeast who are informants. We have said it comes to that numbers. The same thing in Zamfara. What is happening in Zamfara? What is happening in Niger is illegal gold mine. Severally, helicopters come into bushes to pick gold, rock gold. Are you with me? Some of the expatriates also involved in these illegal mines are also supplying arms to some of these non-state actors in Zamfara. Therefore, the Lakurawa, they came all from Libya, because of the porous nature of our borders. So the issues are, what is the numbers of the manpower in the armed forces, police, DSS, and others compared to the populace?
What then is the place?
Non-state actors.
Listen,
let me conclude.
Yeah.
Let me conclude. The non-state actors move 100, 200, 300. Are you with me? How many of the Army, Air Force combined that moves at once? The entire Operation Fasayama, can you count them to be up to 1,000? No, let's go to that. Are
so
you with me?
Whose fault is it?
Let me
community's
conclude.
fault?
We thank God that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of recent, out of listening to outcries, he said police should recruit more than 30,000. Are you aware?
That's my point.
Navy.
That's my point.
Navy too. Navy too are adding manpower, Air Force, DSS.
That is my point,
so that is
comrade.
a step towards the right direction.
Comrade,
are you with me?
Comrade, let's not go too far. It's exactly my point you're reiterating. Why does it have to take President Bola to instruct military, police that you need more hands? That's my point. And when you talk about military and police, are these not also institutions of government? Shouldn't they know? Shouldn't the echelon of power know that this is the right thing to do and do it without the president? We're still saying the same thing. For donkey years.
Administratively, IG cannot just go and recruit without presidential order. Take note. Are you with me?
There has to be an order.
It is the purview of the president and commander-in-chief, because if Inspector General of Police, Chief of Army Staff, Naval or Air or DSS DG goes recruiting, where will he or she get money to pay? Are you with me? Every recruitment you see goes through budgetary allocation. So for every budget that goes through the upper and lower chamber, that is why Mr. President, as the commander-in-chief, who transmits this thing to the two chambers and defends the budget there, needs to give waiver for that. Are you with me?
Okay.
Including customs, immigration, and other paramilitary services. No agency can recruit without presidential approval. Not even a parastatal, managing director, executive secretary, and that. That is why, no matter what they face, it has to go through presidential approval. That is why he is the president and commander-in-chief.
Great.
And he had to give that operation, which is ongoing. We are monitoring.
All right, let's put a pen to your thoughts.
Beyond that, are you with me?
Yeah.
He has also said there should be improved welfare. That we are also observing.
Okay.
What we also need for them is sophisticated training. There used to be exchange training where they go abroad, countries like Belarus. Are you with me? Russia. All those trainings, they now convert the money and embezzle them. Corruption has stopped it. So the two committees in charge of that in both Senate and House must also investigate that.
All right.
The armed forces, police.
Yeah.
What is the statistics of the officers and men you have taken for training abroad? Because if you don't go and exchange skills, you cannot know how America tried to get here to do Operation Desert Storm, even though this is internal onslaught. Are you with me?
All right.
So a lot of things the National Assembly